Hello everyone and welcome to the latest video. So here's the latest set of vintage computers, IBM ones, as you can see, that I've been able to acquire. So there's two IBM PS2s, as you can see, both of them I think are model 55 SXs, and then there's one IBM PS1 Pro. From a while ago I did have a IBM PS1 that I refurbished, but not the Pro edition, so it'll be quite interesting to see the differences here. And also a IBM colour monitor, which I'm led to believe works as well, so we'll give those a test. So it'll be a bit stop and starting the video, apologies for that, because I don't have an awful lot of workbench space that I'll probably explained before, but we will have a look at each one in turn and see what happens. We'll do the boot up. I do know some of them will have the obligatory power on test messages because of the batteries will be defunct, which will be something I'll need to fix, but not sure if that's the same for the PS1. Certainly probably will be for the PS2s. So I'll start looking at each one of these in turn. So number 1 at the bottom, number 2 in the middle, number 3 at the top. We'll see how we go. So here we go, a bit of a closer look at the first one of those three. This is the PS2. As I mentioned, I was right, it is a model 55 SX. Sorry, we should try and get that in a bit more focus. Made in the UK, which is good news. Condition in this case, grubby, but not too bad. You'll certainly see the other one has more paint related issues than this one does, but otherwise looks in reasonable nick. Just have a look at the back, bear with me. There we go, nothing hugely surprising, fairly standard look. Obviously a bit of dust in the back that'll need a good clean. I do believe they all power up. That'll be one of the things to test very shortly, but let's have a look at the inside without the case on. So pretty much as expected, the hard drive is not installed at the moment. There are two hard disks you might have seen on the opening sequence. There's a what size is this? There's this one, which is the smaller of the two, both in size and capacity. This is a 30, and then the other one is a 60. Not too sure of the working condition of these. Obviously they've been removed at some point, but we'll have a look at those bits of spinning rust and see what we can work out from there. Does look like there's a fairly biggish expansion card in it. Sorry, I'm turning that way around a little bit, so we'll have a look at that. So looks in reasonable condition, can't see anything too obvious at first looks. Obviously it'll need a clean and a look down. Let's do the initial power on, just see if anything blows and what messages we get from this. So here it is, ready to go. Power keyboard plugged in, missing pin VGA cable installed. I'll try it without the hard disk first, just to see if it spins up, and then I think while I've got this open, I'll just see what happens with the disk units in. So power on. Whirring, no puffs of smoke, which is good. Anything on the monitor yet worth looking at? No, which is interesting. Nothing on the monitor. Okay, pause and have a look at that. So, just having a quick look at things to see what might be stopping it in the video signal. So I've taken the expansion card out. Interesting enough, it does have one of these sitting under the expansion board, which I've not seen before. So it'll be interesting to do a little bit more research on what that is. Possibly some sort of overclock chip. But I've taken the board out and we'll see what happens now. Still nothing appearing on the display. I'll check the cable, it's definitely plugged in. It's one of the usual missing pin bits of fun. Giving it a wiggle just in case. No, nothing changing, so we might not be getting past power on at this point. Okay, have another look. Okay, so I've just tried removing the overclocker thing. Interesting enough, it just seems to sit on top of two chips on the motherboard. They're not sort of secured, other than they just sort of clip snug on the top. The only thing I can notice is that that Dallas chip is really hot, so I don't know if that's part of the problem. Let's see what happens if I remove it. In theory, I might still be able to get boot out of it even without the Dallas attached. I'll give it a go. Okay, so as I'm sure some of you will be familiar with, for some reason I can't find a couple of the old Dallas chips that I had lying around. So I'll park this one here for now. I'll plug the other 55SX in and see what we get from that, and maybe then there'll be a bit of a swapping of components just to test them out. But yeah, see what we get. Okay, so the second machine of the trio that you saw, this is the IBM PS1 Pro. Never really heard too much about these before than what I've seen when I was doing a little bit of research on the PS1 I rejuvenated a little while ago. So interested to sort of see what's in here and how it works. So let's get it powered on and see what we do with. Just before we do the power on, the obligatory shot at the back. So nothing too unexpected really. The back of the case looks reasonably clean, reasonably good condition. So let's get it plugged in and see what we get through power on. Okay, so cover is off, cable is plugged in readiness. So quick look at the inside. So no huge surprises. Good to see they finally caught up with the rest of the world on the battery on the board. Coin cell battery, which is good. So this drive is in as well. So we've got there a Maxtor 80. Let's see what happens if we flick it on. Hopefully no blue smoke has appeared. Things are whirring. Started. Yep, I can see here. I probably can't quite see it, unfortunately. Like at the moment, we get two megas found. Okay, so fresh battery installed. See if we get anything different this time. Nothing huge. Excuse the blockage. It looks like it might need a reference disc as well. Okay, let's go and see if I can find one of those, and we'll see what happens. So the third machine, the second of the IBM PS2 55SXs. So you can see a little bit more damage and age, shall we say, to the case in terms of some of the condition of the paint. Missing the Made in England stick off this one, but hopefully that will come into focus. Maybe not. Apologies for that. But yeah, it's another 55SX. So looks alright apart from that, so I'll do the same initial tests again. Just before I do, the obligatory look at the back. So no huge surprises there. A little bit cleaner in the fan compartment than the last one, which is good. But let's get the cover off and see what we're dealing with. So all connected up and ready to go. No huge surprises in terms of the motherboard that I can see. Again, the drive is removed just for the moment. Everything else looks alright. So let's see what happens. Sorry for that. Once we get the power on. Humming and whirring. And display on this one. A little bit closer. So yep, display appears to be working on this one. Expecting bleeps, which is good. Okay, well, that's somewhat positive. So let's see what happens with a hard drive and reference disketting. Okay, a quick test. Power on. Yeah, there's whirring noises going from the hard disk, which is good. The reference disk is in the floppy unit. It's counting down. 161 message, 163 message. And good news is the floppy does seem to be working. Do a quick jump over though. So that's as far as it's getting just at the moment. The floppy drive is still clicking away, so it's trying to do something. There we go. Let's go through there. Yep, battery error. No surprises there. So apologies for the slightly shaky on this. In the auto config. Okay, trying to restart now without the reference disk in after auto config has run. Let's see what happens now. Yep. And a stop. Totally unexpected. Some further work yet to be done. So just doing a quick test using the other small hard drive. We had a signal come from the hard disk on reboot. Yep, expect those, and into the IBM manual. Okay, more work required on this one as well, but progress of sorts. Okay everyone, I think I'll leave the triage video here for now. Looking at the three machines, the IBM PS2s will need some additional Dallas chips which I'll need to source and fit, and also have a think what I'm going to do about storage options for those two machines, as the existing ones I don't think are going to work or won't have much life with them spinning rust hard disks, so maybe I need to have a look at some options from SCSI for those particular machines, and see if I can track down any more information about that overdrive chip, as it would be useful to get that working if I could at all, and also double check that all the floppy disk drives are in good working order. The additional serial expansion cards I'm not too worried about, they just seem to be relatively standard 9-pin serial boards in the PS2s, so it'd be nice to get those working, so I'll probably keep those fitted in the machines, but I don't have a direct use for those, but somebody else may do down the wire. And I need to then think about what to do about particularly one of the IBM machines which has got the case damage to it, about getting that repainted or repaired. So stay tuned to the channel. If anybody does know anything more about those overdrive chips, in particular where the driver or reference disk could be sourced from, please drop me a note in the comments below. That'd be really appreciated. But if you're interested in finding out what happens with the machines as they move forward, keep tuned to the channel and I'll post an update when I can. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.